in a family of elite combat athletes and top-tier performers. The final boss has always stood out, even when he was just a blue chipper. But there wouldn't be a final boss, there wouldn't even be a bloodline if it wasn't for The Rock's grandfather, the High Chief Peter Mavia. You can think of him as the first boss. Predecessor to the tribal chief.
He is one of, if not the foundation for our family. The Anawa'i Fatu Mavia wrestling dynasty. I don't think there's anybody more responsible for what's going on now than the High Chief himself.
Peter Mavia isn't simply one of the two principals behind the sacred blood bond. He's also an incredibly decorated professional wrestler who traveled the world and won titles everywhere he went. New Zealand, Japan, Europe, and here in the United States, where he enjoyed especially successful runs in Hawaii and California. Mavia would eventually find his way to WWE, engaging in legendary battles with the likes of superstar Billy Graham. His larger-than-life personality would win the WWE Universe over in short order, as it had throughout his entire career. In the ring, High Chief Peter Mavia was a potent blend of brawn and grappling technique, often muscling his opponents down to the mat through a variety of joint locks and then switching to more painful holds once grounded. His sleeper hold and stump puller were both feared and renowned, and make no mistake about it, Mavia knew there was always more than one path to the ultimate victory. Out of the ring, High Chief Peter Mavia also ran one of the most successful wrestling promotions on the planet, Polynesian Pro Wrestling, based out of Hawaii, showing his mastery of the business in every aspect. His induction into WWE's Hall of Fame class of 2008 was supremely deserved, forever enshrining Peter Mavia as the legend he always was. And now, we present to you the opportunity to walk in the boots of the legendary High Chief Peter Mavia, facing off against one of the most legendary WWE rivals, George the Animal Steele. You will settle this score once and forever and showcase the overwhelming strength of Peter Mavia, which has ever since remained as a hallmark for every single solitary member of this bloodline. Steele is no easy battle, though. He thrives in the chaos, one of pro wrestling's true madmen. He'll even try to eat part of the ring if he thinks it'll help him break you down. So do your best and honor High Chief Peter Mavia properly with a resounding victory.
Uh-oh, somebody call the local zoo.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is a steel cage match. Introducing first, from Detroit, Michigan, weighing in at 275 pounds, George the Animal Steele.
I'm not even sure the cage can contain this man.
And strolling down the aisle, the opponent of George Steele, Peter Mavia.
Always a chaotic matchup.
His opponent from the Isle of Samoa, weighing in at 275 pounds,
Steel had better keep an eye on Mavia because Mavia is a true brawler.
Few men can handle the chaos of the animal inside a steel cage, but I believe the High Chief is ready.
Mavia carrying such pride into the ring.
Very stark contrast to Steel.
We'll see which prevails tonight.
Steel cage match underway. Peter Mavia versus George the Animal Steel. Most of the matches between Peter Mavia and George Steel have ended inconclusively, but this time we'll have a winner.
These are two very different men, Cole. The High Chief is a man of great pride and respect for the ring, while Steel is, well, he's an animal. I can't think of two opponents with more opposing styles.
You said it, Corey. Let's just hope this one gets taken care of in the ring tonight. Gentlemen, we've touched on the differences between Mavia and Steel as competitors. One man based on order, the other on chaos, but it's reflected in their looks, too.
Indeed, Michael. Just look at the sculpted physique of the High Chief. And the tribal tattoos on his body are extremely intricate and definitely eye-catching.
And Steel is, well, he's an ugly creature. Enough hair on his upper torso to classify as fur. Folds in his bald head. He's like a modern-day Neanderthal.
We've seen that Steel isn't above using a foreign object to gain the edge against Mavia. So he's got to have the advantage in a match where they're surrounded by one huge weapon, right?
Well, you'd think that, Cole, but think about how these men prepared for this match. The High Chief is a consummate professional who's game planned for this stipulation. And Steel, well, I think he just shows up to the arena and asks who he's fighting.
The High Chief Peter Mavia really making a name for himself at WWE, but he's had plenty of experience on the way up.
Plenty of championships on the West Coast, but he's made the biggest splash in Hawaii, where he earned multiple tag team titles.
Oh yeah, Mavia is a huge celebrity on the island. In fact, I've heard some consider him the personification of Maui.
They're going to use the cage as a weapon.
Caught between the ropes in a hard place.
Peter Mavia is looking unstoppable now.
And you can see Steel is struggling to weather the storm of the High Chief.
Placing him in the corner.
Being placed onto the top rope.
Trouble up on the top rope. Oh! Arm drag.
You really have to throw caution to the win to even consider hitting something like that.
Watch out! Oh! Momentum is completely in his corner now.
Yeah, and Mavia has really figured the animal out here. Trapped in the corner, unleashing the headbutts.
He's bludgeoning their opponent.
George the Animal Steel might be a bit of an underdog here. In fact, he lost the match by countout to the High Chief.
And Steel's defense going head-to-head, putting each other to the test. Look at Mavia going to work on the animal.
The High Chief has all the answers right now.
It looks like we've got ourselves a brawl here, slugging away with everything they've got.
Each exchange just sapping the energy from these two.
Ah, look at this, just cranking it out. Cranking the head, starting to ascend the steel cage.
From the heavens, big-time splash.
He's looking to gain the higher ground on the wall of the cage here.
To the sky! Oh! Takes another trip to the skies, and it pays off once again.
Take off!
What a missile drop kick!
Woo! This is more than reckless abandon. This is showing a lack of all fear.
Flying
Off the top of a diving hammer strike.
You've got to be kidding me. Using your body as a miss. He wants it one more time.
I'll break you in half. No way
Steele's coming back from that.
Mavia just dominated the animal with that one.
Snapmare.
And drops the fist. The animal has to be elated to be in this steel cage against one of his biggest rivals, no less.
Yeah, Byron, we've seen the animal brandish a weapon against Peter Mavia before when it was against the rules. The High Chief better be prepared for Steele to get even crazier.
Oh, Mavia is prepared, all right. The man is extremely tough and agile. In fact, the High Chief's entire body can be considered a weapon.
Loving blows. Into the pen. George is trying to seal this one up. And he kicks out of the pen and one.
Right now, I just don't know what it's going to take. Oh!
Oh, he had that scouted. Oh, look at this. Just cranking the head. That's got to hurt. Cranking the head. George Animal Steele is not a wrestler by any stretch of the imagination, guys. He's a true brawler.
And he might be the best brawler in WWE, Michael. There is no shortage of fight in the animal.
But you know who might be a better brawler, guys? The High Chief, Peter Mavia. When you consider that Mavia is also an excellent high flyer and a great technician, well, you can see why the High Chief is the favorite in this match.
Nice takedown, stacked for the pin.
Hold on.
Trying to steal one here. I guess it was time to switch gears.
What is he doing? Oh, man, jarring headbutt.
Measured up nicely. Fist drop. Ah, look at this. Just cranking it out. Cranking the head. When a man like Peter Mavia signs up for a match with the animal, he doesn't know what to expect, just to expect anything in the world.
Peter Mavia knows full well that he's in for some unusual treatment tonight. In fact, Steele often has trouble finding opponents due to his erratic nature.
But when it comes to competition, the High Chief wants to prove he's worthy of that name. Peter Mavia will take on any competitor, no matter the difficulty.
Momentum is all with Mavia now.
A series of disabling maneuvers from Peter Mavia.
Evasive maneuvering there.
Oh, my God.
He's going back to the well.
Jarring impact.
Does Peter Mavia have this sewn up?
George beats him to the punch. Some folks call Peter Mavia the
Fly-up, what's Mavia got here?
backbreaker.
Roll out your vertebrae. There's no chance you're coming back from another one of those.
Two. And the High Chief defeats the animal.
Here is your winner, High Chief Peter Mavia.
Anytime these two have faced off, it's been eye for an eye. But the steel cage has finally delivered a decisive victory for the High Chief, Peter Mavia.
George Steele is one tough animal, but the way Mavia faced him in the cage tonight just reinforced what everyone already knew, that the High Chief is one tough Samoan.